What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream today. Finally, we won another game of football, Arsenal. We can talk about a victory, we can be positive, and we've made a signing as well. We've completed the deal for Martin Ødegaard. Ødegaard, I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm still calling him Ødegaard, but everyone's saying Ødegaard. There you go. Big up to everyone in the chat. And yeah, last night was good, man. Last night was good. Something to build on, But as I always say, keep calm, people. Keep calm. There's still a long way to go. We haven't achieved nothing yet. But big up everyone in the comments. Hope you're well. Hope you are healthy and safe. And hope you're all happy after Arsenal's victory last night. I have to admit, I think that was one of the best performances of the season. But I think, I always felt like we were going to win the game, and I don't feel like that too often, when I watch Arsenal. Yesterday, first half and second half, we were pretty good. And listen, so many quality performances there, and Saka again. There's a lot of special mentions, but, I just think he is a superstar. Bud said, as a Norwegian, this is going to sound biased, but Ødegaard for me is a dream come true. Hopefully he shines and shows everyone what a quality player he really is. Let's hope so. Let's hope so, man. Big up Omar, happy birthday to you. He said, Saka for me. Saka's got to be player of the season. He has to be player of the season. I think earlier in the season, everyone thought it was going to be Gabriel. He got 3 player of the months in a row. But this boy, Saka, 19 years of age. I heard Rio Ferdinand speaking after the game. The maturity of this lad is just something else, man. What a player for 19. Genuinely saved us millions in the transfer market. And that's what you create these academies for, in the hope that you can find, players that will do that. Listen, let's talk about Pete. Let's talk about Pete. For anyone who watched the live stream yesterday, big up everyone who tuned in, by the way. You will know, and I don't want to look wise after the event, you will know at the start of yesterday's live stream, Pepe was on the green screen, and people were like, why have you got Pepe on there, I said, listen, Pepe's starting tonight. He's playing on the left. It's a massive game potentially for his season. And he turned up yesterday, Pepe. Not only did he score, right, he put in a shift as well. I saw hard work and endeavour from him. That's what you need if you're going to make it in the Prem. He played on the left. Left footer on the left wing. You don't see it that often nowadays, but maybe it made the game more simple for him. Get the ball and just run on the outside and get crosses in. He tucked inside for the goal, held off the defender. Defender's pulling him back, whips it into the bottom corner. I was delighted for Nicolas Pepe yesterday. I've always said I genuinely believe there's a talented footballer in there. I have always questioned his mentality and lack of consistency. For a 25-year-old, I think he has to show more maturity in his game. And we saw parts of it yesterday. Can he build on it? Can he build on it is the question. I hope so, because I would hate to just see Pepe get sold in the summer, because the reality is we're going to get half of what we paid for him if we're lucky. And that is bad business. And we know Arsenal generally do bad business in the market. So has to be a building block for him. Manchester United at the weekend. Will Pepe start? What's happening with Aubameyang? This Aubameyang situation seems quite serious. He's missed 2 games now. Mikel Arteta didn't even seem too confident that Aubameyang will be there for the weekend's game. So what happens, if Aubameyang comes back? Does Pepe get dropped? It'll be interesting. Bakuta, thank you very much for the super chat. Said, Big C, I told you weeks ago, Pepe is way better on the left. He gets to play instinctively rather than having to think and cutting in on the right. And I actually think that was a key factor in his performance yesterday. Playing on the left, get the ball and just run at him. I mean, did you see the point where he just nutmegged 2 players and they just had to kick him? They said, we can't deal with him. Just got to foul him. Simple as that. He was balling last night, man. I enjoyed it. Arsenal 2020 says, big up Curtis, smash the likes and subscribe. Would you start Ødegaard if he's fit? Probably not. Probably not. I would bring him off the bench. I wouldn't want to heap that kind of pressure on him straight away. I mean, he hasn't played a lot of football for Real Madrid this season. So is he even match fit? is the question. I would use him for 20, 30 minutes at the end. Tarbo said, how do you think ESR and Ødegaard will line up? It'll be interesting. Can you play them both? Could you play Thomas Partey with those two? Or is it a case of one or the other? Can Ødegaard play off the wing? I'm not sure. It'll be interesting. It's going to be very interesting how much game time he gets and you know, what position he kind of plays in. Cedric was something superb yesterday. He created so many chances. He was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. The question is, again, what happens on Saturday? Kieran Tierney apparently is back. Tierney will go back to left back, no doubt about that. What happens at right back? Bear in mind, Manchester United have got Marcus Rashford, left winger, who is lethal at the best of times, you know. Do you want Hector? I thought Hector Bellerin was pretty poor yesterday. Again, he got booked. You know, Armstrong done him a few times. For me, Cedric has to play at right back. I'll be honest, I think he deserves to start at right back. He was good against Newcastle the other day, created a goal for Aubameyang. And I thought yesterday, you know, the long ball to Saka, and even defensively was pretty solid as well. So for me, Cedric has to play ahead of Hector Bellerin on Saturday. DW said, hey, Curtis, I'm worried Smith Rowe will burn out soon if he's played too much. Partey still not fully recovered 100%. Do you think we should give Willian more of a chance or Willock Cardwell? I think this is where Ødegaard's been signed, you know, because I don't think he does want to give Joe Willock more of an opportunity. So, listen, I think Smith Rowe, listen, that's what Ødegaard's been brought in for, to give us that opportunity to say, Smith Rowe, you have a rest, he can play. So I'm very happy with that signing. Willock, I don't think will get much game time between now and the end of the season. And Willian, at the moment, for me, is nothing more than a substitute. So let's see if any of them can turn it around. Big up South London's finest. Smash the like button, people. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thomas Partey at DM, Ødegaard and Emil as 2 number 8s. That's that. The only thing with that, defensively, does that give you enough? And also, are we restricting Thomas Partey when we do that? Because I actually think Thomas Partey is better than just a defensive midfielder. I think you actually have to get him to join in, because he looks forward every time he gets the ball, Thomas Partey. I call him the general now, man. General Partey. He just marshals the midfield. You know, absolutely amazing player, Thomas Partey. You know, genuinely believe we got him 20 million probably cheaper than what he's worth, just due to that release clause. Without the release clause, easily a 60, 65 million pound player. You know, Manchester City paid, what, 60 million for Rodri from Atletico Madrid. Thomas Partey is better than him, no doubt about it. Absolute monster of a player. One of the best players we've signed at Arsenal in years, I would say, since we got Aubameyang and probably Alexis Sanchez before that. Thomas Partey, incredible player. You know, the power and everything. And he's better on the ball than I expected as well. So, yeah, absolute boss, Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey is the Rolls Royce of the midfield. He is, you know, just plays at his own speed, his own tempo. Outstanding player. And listen, I want to give a shout out to Granit Xhaka. I do, because, listen, I always say this. My opinion is dictated by your performance. I'm a fan. We're all fans. We only want to see quality performance. The same could be said about the manager, Mikel Arteta. You know, I gave Arteta praise yesterday on social media. People said, wow, I can't believe you're praising him. I said, I saw a quality performance. I saw a style of play. I saw tempo. I saw pace. I enjoyed that game yesterday. Yeah, so I will big him up. When I see games that are flat and boring and 50 crosses in the air and we lose or draw, I will not praise him. I want Mikel Arteta to succeed at Arsenal because he's there now, and I want stability at the football club. I know that even though I've called for his head at times, I felt like he put himself in positions where he needed to be replaced. At the moment, we're seeing progress, right? We're on a good run of form at the moment. What I will say is we haven't achieved anything yet. And Mikel Arteta said that in his press conference after the game. We're still only 8th in the league. We're still out of the Carabao and the FA Cup. Teams around us have all got games in hand. I think Everton and Aston Villa got 3 games in hand on us. Tottenham have got 1 game, and I believe Southampton have got a game. So all these teams around us have got games in hand. So we will probably fall down the table a little bit once these games are played. But Granit Xhaka, do I think he's good enough overall to be a starting midfielder at Arsenal? Probably not. Was he good yesterday? 100%. What I will say in his defence, maybe all this time Granit Xhaka's been at the club, he's needed a boss man general next to him rather than us trying to make him that boss. Do you know what I'm trying to say? We've actually tried to have Xhaka as the main man, whereas maybe he needs that Thomas Partey who says, listen, I'm the man. You just get the ball and concentrate on your game. I'll boss this. Don't worry. You know. So anyway, let's see what happens. Granit Xhaka yesterday was excellent. We'll do the player rating shortly. Europa League is a priority now. Big C. It's the biggest that and getting top 4, but I still think top 4 is very difficult for us to get. I've got to be honest. Let's just have a quick look at the team yesterday and the performances, and then we'll just quickly get into the player ratings before we move on to the Ødegaard situation. So obviously this was how we lined up yesterday, 4-2-3-1. And in general, I think everybody had a good game. I'm not singling him out and trying to hammer him. I think Hector Bellerin was probably our weakest link yesterday. He got booked. And from there, it was going to be difficult. Armstrong went past him a few times. He wasn't terrible. Again, his crossing is not good enough. Kind of just loops crosses in rather than whipping them with, pace for you to just get your head on them. He just loops them in the air. Crossing isn't good enough. Bernd Leno keeps up his good form. Couldn't really do anything about the goal. Holden and Luiz were steady. David Luiz had a couple of shaky moments, In general, I think he's had a pretty decent season for what he is. For a guy who cost 8 million at the back end of his career. Cedric was brilliant, and the two midfielders done the business. These three did well. I thought Smith Rowe was a little bit quiet, but he got into good positions. Gave the ball away a little bit, but he looked a little bit tired to me. Lacazette, I actually didn't think had a great game, but it's amazing. He comes out of that game with 1 goal, 1 assist. And that's what good strikers do, At the end of the day, I've questioned Lacazette a lot. I don't think he hits the back of the net enough. I was furious when he missed that chance at the start of the game, So early on in the game to get one-on-one with a goalkeeper. And every time I watch that chance back, I just think, how does he miss? How does he not just lift it over the goalkeeper? I think that the problem with Arsenal, and sometimes what we have to do, sometimes you have to use a player's good form to actually sell him, And I think this is what Arsenal don't make this judgment very well sometimes, is that, Xhaka is playing all right at the moment. Do you get carried away and keep him and keep playing him? Or do you say, do you know what? You're not good enough, but you're playing well, so we can probably sell you in the summer. That's where we've got to be, wise and figure out what the best thing to do is with players like Lacazette and that. And, but listen, it was a very important win. Very, very important win for Arsenal yesterday. And listen, I'm happy that we're in a little good run of form. But as I said, long way to go and way too early for us to be, counting our chickens before they've roosted, as people say. Let's get into the player ratings for yesterday. People just chuck them in. It goes. Get your numbers in. Let me know what you think. And let's get into it. In goal was Bernd Leno. I would probably give Leno a... Did he have much to do yesterday, Leno? 6, 7? I can't think. Did he make many saves yet? He made a few decent saves. I'll give him a 7. Leno. I think he was better than a 6. So I think 7's about where he's at. Yeah, I will be doing a watch along tomorrow, people. Liverpool against Tottenham. So join me for that. I'll be way more relaxed for that game. I'll give Leno a 7. He did make some good saves. And he's in good form at the moment, Leno, man. He is playing well. And, I know it wasn't a clean sheet, but defensively we've been a lot better. Cam's saying he made 4 vital saves. Do you know what it is sometimes? I have to watch the game back after the watch-along because Sometimes I haven't even seen things properly. I'm going to give him a 7. But big up Leno. Hector Bellerin at right back. Weakest link for me yesterday. I thought his crossing was poor. He got done a few times by Stuart Armstrong, got booked. I'm giving him a 5. What do you make, people? What would you give Hector Bellerin? I think he looked like he was being targeted yesterday, as he often does. Crossing was poor. I didn't really see him link up with Saka too much. See, you lot are giving it 2, a 5, a 4. I'm giving him a 5. Saka, the GOAT, gives him a 0. That's harsh, man. People not happy with Bellerin. Does need to be replaced in the summer for me. If there's hype around him and clubs want to buy Hector Bellerin, for me, I'd be moving him on in the summer. Just hit and hope. Crosses, bro. Whip it in with pace so you can just attack it. He's just looping them in the air. I'm like, come on, man. What happened to Hector, man? This guy just can't cross a ball. So I give Hector Bellerin a 5. Quite a generous 5 as well, because I thought he wasn't great. I think Lamptey, Max Aarons, Pereira at Leicester, someone like that, I'd be looking to go and get a right back in the summer. Rob Holden at centre-back. What would you give him? I thought he was quite solid again. I thought Ings went on a couple of good runs, him and Shea Adams, but we kept them reasonably quiet. I would give Rob Holden a 7. I thought he had another solid game, to be honest. What would you make of Rob Holden? Somebody saying 7, some are 9 and an 8. I wouldn't say a 9, to be honest. I would probably give Holden a 7. Some of you saying 8. Man was superb. He does win a lot of headers. Mopped up David Luiz's mess. Yeah, David Luiz, he's having a good game and then just gave the ball away. And then another time, I think he dummied the ball to Leno. The striker nearly got it. 7.5. I'll go with a 7, I reckon. Holden struggled against Che Adams. I think Adams and Ings, they're a lively pairing, man. They've got obviously good link-up play as well. But I'm going to give Holden a 7. David Luiz. I would probably give him a 6 because I think he looked shaky a couple of times. He put us in trouble for no reason whatsoever. He actually had a decent game, but then he makes them silly, sloppy mistakes where you can concede a goal for that. Luiz has been class for a while since the Man City game. He's been brilliant. I actually think David Luiz is having a good season. I honestly do. I think David Luiz, I always say, when you're not complaining about David Luiz, it means he's playing quite well, because David Luiz is one of them players that if he's getting regular game time in your team, you're going to complain about him. I'm telling you. Some of you saying 4. I think because those mistakes didn't cost us, I'll let him get away with a 6, because I still think defensively him and Rob Holden did well. It's just them 2 sloppy errors. If one of them would have led to a goal, I'm giving him a 3 or a 4. You know what I mean? Give the ball. He's so laid back sometimes. He gets the ball and it's like, oh, right, who am I going to pass to? And then he gets caught. He does some crazy things. I'll give David Luiz a 6. But overall, I am going to be honest. I do think that David Luiz had a decent game yesterday. I'll be honest with you. I thought he was all right. Yeah, everything's good, man. You can't deduct points off defenders because we conceded. That's a team effort. Well, yeah, but if the goal is a mistake by the defense or a lack of organization from the defense, then you can, I believe, even though the goal came from a set piece and it was Pepe not marking him, I still think if you make a mistake and that leads to a goal, of course you can take points off the player. I'm purely letting David Luiz off because we weren't punished. So I give David Luiz a 6. Cedric Suarez, brilliant at left back, yesterday. Cedric Suarez, what are you giving him? I'm going to give him an 8. The only reason I'm not going 9 is, I don't know. He was playing against Theo Walcott, but I thought Walcott was poor yesterday. If he put that performance in against a top level player, I would have probably give him a 9. The pass was fantastic. I'm going to give him an 8. What are you saying, people? Cedric Lahm, Yeah, Lahm was the right footer who could play at left back. Cedric Suarez, Philip Lahm. It's a good shout. Cedric 80 was brilliant. I thought he was really good. Some of you saying 9, some of you saying 7.5. I think he was. I'll definitely go over 8 for me. I thought he marshalled the defense well. Fantastic pass to Saka, and he played really well. Cedric spraying passes. Have you ever seen Hector Bellerin play a pass like that ever? I don't even know if Bellerin can kick the ball that far. Cedric Fabregas, they're calling him. Yeah, 8. We'll go for 8, people. 8 for Cedric. We'll move into the midfield. Granit, Andrea Pirlo, Xhaka. I couldn't believe what I was seeing yesterday. Granit Xhaka playing forward passes comfortably as well. I'm telling you, Thomas Partey transforms people who are next to him. He transforms them. You've seen it with Mohamed El Neni at Old Trafford. He made him look like a beast. You put Xhaka and El Neni together, it's a nightmare. You put Thomas Partey next to Xhaka, all of a sudden, Xhaka's little slide through ball to Lacazette. I'd be fuming if I played that pass and he missed that. He's got to score. I thought Xhaka was excellent yesterday. I've criticised him, and deservedly so, over the years at Arsenal, but I thought he was quality yesterday. I enjoyed that performance. Him and Granit Xhaka and Thomas Partey were solid. I would give him an 8. I think he was really good, man. I seen him spray a 60-yard diag out to Saka. I said, nah, this guy, he's absolutely on fire. They need to drug test him after the game. I don't know what's happened to him. Now, big up Granit Xhaka. I'm giving him an 8, man. He deserves credit for that performance. I thought he was strong. And I thought, I think he deserves credit when he puts in performances like that. It just shows the influence what Thomas Partey has when you play next to him. Let's talk about the General. That's the nickname, General Partey, people. Yeah, this guy plays the game like he's just got out of bed. It's like, just I'm chilling. I'll just boss this game. You get off me as well. Play passes all over the place. He makes it look too easy, this guy. He's absolute different class. Different class. For me, one of the best signings that we've made in years. I still can't believe that nobody went and got him in the summer. There's so many teams I look at in the Premier League and around Europe, and I think he would be perfect in your team. He could replace Fernandinho at Manchester City. He would be better than McTominay at Man United. He could go in Chelsea's team and go and play next to N'Golo Kante. So many teams he would get in. How they allowed him to come to Arsenal, I'll never know. Incredible player. Absolutely bossed it again. I'll give him an 8. He came off, and, also, I think his Man United performance was the 9 or 10 level. That was against Bruno and Pogba. We need that this weekend. It was just too easy for him. He's an absolute joke of a player. But incredible. 45 million, absolute bargain. There you go. Can you imagine Kante and Partey? You wouldn't get through it. It'd be a brick wall. But listen, as you say, he wanted to come to Arsenal, but you can't tell me that, if Pep didn't activate that release clause, get him in the office and say, listen, come and play for me, Pep Guardiola. I'll give you more wages than Arsenal. You'll challenge for the title. You telling me he wouldn't have gone to Man City? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm doing him a disservice. Maybe it was all Arsenal and he didn't want no one else. But, I would imagine we were one of the best options for him. Incredible. 8 out of 10. Let's go for Emile Smith-Rowe. I thought Smith-Rowe got into great positions. He worked hard. I thought he was a little bit wasteful with the ball yesterday, Smith-Rowe. I don't think it was one of his better games. I'm not saying he was poor, but I would probably give him... It's got to be 6 or 7. It can't be any higher than that, in my opinion. I would like to be kind and give him a 7 for the work rate, because he looked shattered towards the end of the game. I think I'm being kind, giving him a 7. I'm giving him a 7 based off kindness, and I'm in a good mood. I think his performance probably warranted a 6, but because of the work rate, I'll give him a 7. And he makes very good runs You've just said it there. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Where are you? Big Celt. Where's that one gone? He said he opens up space with his movement. Absolutely vital to the team. And you're right. You know, sometimes you can just make a run that pulls a defender away that gets you the goal, you know. And there you go. Like I said, he operates 1 or 2 touches. At times he was a little bit wasteful, but, you know, still important to this team. And I'll give him a very kind 7. Pete, on the left, Pepe. Jeez, Pepe. I turned up here, you know, chest out. I said, listen, I'm putting him on the green screen. I turned up with him on the green screen. Question marks were asked. Why is he on your green screen? I said, Pete's turning up tonight, man. I'm telling you. And Pepe showed up on that left-hand side. I'm telling you. Got the goal. To be fair, the first goal was his fault. Switched off and left Armstrong, you know, left him. Ball watching. Didn't go and get him. What happens? A few minutes later, slots it in the bottom corner. That's the way you answer people back when you've made a mistake. Yeah. And then the little double nutmeg in the second half, people. The little double nutmeg. First guy comes in, you take your nutmeg. Second guy, you have one as well. The man had to just kick him. He just put his arms up and said, ref, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I'm on fire. I'm on fire. What was them NBA games back in the day, man, on PS2 where, you know, the thing went up and then you was on fire and you couldn't miss. You know, that was Pepe yesterday. Not for the whole game, don't get me wrong, but at that point, double nutmeg, geez, man was balling. Listen, Pete, I'm talking to you now. Listen to me. We need consistency now. We know what you're capable of. We need to see that on a regular basis. That level needs to be 3 or 4 games out of 5. You can't get that once a month. We ain't got time for that. Was it NBA Jam or NBA Street? One of them, definitely. Takeover on 2K. You remember, innit? You used to go on fire and then you'd shoot from anywhere. You couldn't miss. Nico Rasclot Pepe, you know. 8 out of 10, standard. No 7s. Not quite the 9, but close. 7, nah, he was better than a 7, definitely. The man turned up yesterday, I'm telling you. Pete plays like that, mate, on one wing and Saka on the other. We're a problem, I'm telling you. Because that was, you know, that was a massive, massive performance for him. I felt like he needed that. Maybe playing on the left-hand side suits him. Less complicated, just run and get the ball in. Make them little runs inside. He linked up well with Cedric, you know. Imagine with Kieran Tierney behind him. You know, that 2 left-footers on there. Old school. We haven't seen that for years, man. Left-footed left back and left-footed left winger. You just don't see it. It's crazy, man. So, yeah, I'll give him an 8. Very happy for Pete, man. Very happy. The work rate. Yeah, the work rate was brilliant. Man had the lion about him yesterday. We don't want to see that little shy, you know, that little shy goat. We want to see that lion start roaring, man. We didn't pay 72 million for a little shy boy. I loved it. Even the fact he did that on the celebration, it was like, all right, cool. Let's talk in more action. That's what Joshua says when he wins. So that's what we want to see. Nico gets an 8. Bukayo Saka, for me, quite simply, man of the match. 9 out of 10. No debate for me. The kid is just something else. I'm calling him a kid because what? He's 19 years of age. The maturity of that lad. Do you know what? I'm going to go as far as this. I don't believe he's getting the credit he deserves in the football scene. Amongst Arsenal fans, we're raving about him. I don't think Saka's getting hyped about enough. This kid is 19 years of age. He's got 5 goals in the Premier League this season. He's been... Every position he's played, he's been fantastic. Right wing, he looks unbelievable. Left wing, he was doing bits. Attacking midfield. Left back, left wing back. The kid is amazing. His mentality, his maturity on the pitch. You know, the way he just took that round the goalkeeper. Right foot, no worries. Simple. Yeah. Even the pass, yeah. That ball, what he lays across to Lacazette, he makes that look like a walk in the park. Yeah, it's just bouncing, right foot, or just lay it across. That's on his weaker foot. It's bouncing. And the weight of the pass across the penalty area for Lacazette to just tap it in. Listen, Phil Foden, you're a baller. I'm not going to deny that. You're a baller. Mason Greenwood, you're a baller as well. You know, you look like you've got a lot of talent. But don't tell me that Foden or Greenwood at this current moment are better than Saka. Not a chance. This guy at times has carried Arsenal on his back. You haven't got that level of responsibility when you look at Foden. If Foden has a quiet day, it's no problem. De Bruyne's going to do it, you know. Sterling's going to do it. Greenwood as well. He's had a quiet season, but you know Rashford will do it. Pogba, Bruno. This brother's been carrying Arsenal at times. 19. Best young player in the Premier League. One of the best in Europe. Absolutely brilliant player. 9 out of 10. He's something else. Big up my brother, Jar Digger. Go and check out his channel, people. One of the best grime artists in the country, I'm telling you. The best in Nottingham. He's about to blow up soon as well. Go check out my brother's channel, man. Saka is the best teenage player around the top 5 leagues, without a doubt, all day long. And check out my boy Franny Green's channel, Forever Football with Franny Green. Foden and Greenwood are top draw, but at the moment, Saka is doing more all day long. All day long. And listen, let me make it clear. I think Foden is an absolute baller. Like, I'll be honest, I think Foden's going to be a superstar, you know, because Pep's got his arm around him, man. When Pep rates you, man, you're going to blow up. It's just standard. Foden's going to blow up. No doubt about it. Greenwood, I do rate as well. He's had issues off the pitch this season. I do rate him. Plays a little bit like Van Persie. But Saka, superstar, absolute superstar. The maturity in his game, he's got everything. He's got absolutely everything. You know, Haaland exists. Yeah, Haaland's a top player. He's a top player. We're talking about in the Prem mainly, though. For me, the best young player in the Prem. Haaland, I'll make a bigger judgment on Haaland when I see him move clubs. You know, no disrespect, but that German league at times is flaky, man. We've seen a lot of players come from the Bundesliga lately, man, and really struggle. You know, look at Werner and Havertz, these players. So, listen, we'll wait on them ones. Foden is class technically, but Saka is amazing. Saka's unreal. He's unreal. Foden, as I said, absolute baller. There's no doubt he's going to be a star. He's got Pep Guardiola looking after him. It's no doubt it's going to happen. Lacazette. Let's talk about Laka. Crazy thing about Laka yesterday. I'm sitting there throughout that game and I'm going, fuck's sake, Laka, what are you doing? Misses the one-on-one in the first couple of minutes. And I genuinely believe I would have scored that myself. Just lift it over the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper's on the floor. Just open up. Thierry Henry, bend it in the corner. Terrible. Hits it straight at the goalkeeper's legs. There was another one where it was 3-on-3. He plays the ball in front of Saka and overhits it. I'm sitting there on the stream. People are saying, get him off. Get him off for Martinelli. Put Martinelli up front. By the time we finish the game, Lacazette's got a goal and an assist. And you're going, do you know what? As a striker myself, you don't really care if you ain't had a good game. If you get a goal and an assist, you've had a good game. It doesn't really matter. I think Lacazette rescued a 7 for himself without actually performing well throughout the game. He looked tired as well. He did look tired. I would give him a 7. Very selfless performance. You know, you always get that from Lacazette. You always get that. The kid's work rate. Well, I'm not calling him a kid, but you know, the guy's work rate is outstanding, you know, but it's exactly the same, you know, just from the other side against Liverpool, hits it straight at Alisson, and you think that's in the bigger games against the bigger teams, you won't get another chance after that. You know, that's your one chance. You got to finish it. I think Aubameyang scores that yesterday. I think he just bends that into the bottom corner and lifts it. But Laka, I'm giving you a 7. I'm giving you a 7. It might look a bit harsh considering he got a goal and assist, but I thought his actual performance throughout the game was not great, you know. People jumping on the mods. Big up South London's finest, man. He's helping, man. He's helping, trying to drive the likes up, people. Make sure you like and subscribe. 900 of you in here now. Lacazette misses too many one-on-ones. It's the frustrating part of Lacazette's game for me. He's probably 10 goals short a season of where he should be, really. You know, he's maybe a 10 to 12 goal a season, man, where you need him to get 17 to 20, something like that. He's a little bit short, but listen, I'll give him a 7. He rescued what was a pretty sloppy performance. Justa said my thoughts on... Oh, man, big up for the super chat, but no comment, man. We ain't going to talk about that one. Big up Bakuta with a super chat. He said, Big C, so Barca paid 135 million for Dembele. If a club offered 140 million for Saka, would you take it? You got to invite fans on these days. Brother, I've been getting fans on after the games. I haven't done it the last 2 games, I think. The last 2 I missed it, but the rest of the time I've been doing it. 140 million, come on. Like, we couldn't say no to that, let's be honest. That's way too much. I love Saka, but 140 million pounds, come on, I would have to take it. So, yeah, let's be real. Yeah, man, I knew someone would mention the super chat thing, I listen, I don't know. I'm not going to comment, man. I'm not going to comment. I don't know what was going on. I don't know. I ain't going to say nothing. The internet's a crazy place nowadays, man, But listen, without knowing the facts, I ain't going to speak on it. But listen, it weren't a good look. Let's put it that way. But hey, it is what it is. If Aubameyang is back, would you start him, Curtis? I would leave him on the bench and play the same 3 against United. I think you'd have to bench him. I got to be real. I think you'd have to bench him. You look at Smith Rowe, he's been balling. Saka's balling. I thought Pepe deserves another game after that. And Lacazette's banging goals in at the moment, So, yeah, I would leave him on the bench. How hard is it to get into the Arsenal Academy? Very hard. Very, very difficult, man. Very, very difficult. You look at all these top level academies, man. They're hard to get into. You can't... There's so much competition from people to get into these academies nowadays as well. It's very, very difficult to get into them. I know a few people who've played for Arsenal at academy level and, they haven't got anywhere near the first team. That's the problem. These academies now, they're going all over the world for players. Before, they would just be within their area. So, yeah, very difficult. 140 million, Kroenke would keep it all day long. All day long. Right, the substitutes I'm not going to bother with. I don't think any of them really influenced the game. Willock came on in the 91st minute. El Neni came on for 10 minutes, didn't do anything. Willian came on for 18 minutes, didn't really do anything. So we'll give them all 5. They didn't do nothing. We move on. Man United at the weekend, people. Big game preview. I will be doing 1, maybe even 2 previews on Friday. I will have Man United content creators on here as well. I will let you know who I've got coming on. So, yeah, Amal, I will be doing a preview of a Man United fan. Got 1 confirmed, I think, but should be 2 maybe. So I'll let you know about that. Right, Arsenal have done a little bit of transfer business today. Finally, it's been announced. Martin Ødegaard, as they say, has signed. He signed his deal. Here he is. Welcome to the Arsenal. And he's joined on loan until the end of the season. No option to buy, but apparently Real Madrid have said there's a gentleman's agreement. I mean, would you trust that? I wouldn't really. If they're willing to sell him at the end of the season, write that into the deal. Don't tell me gentleman's agreement. Because if he comes to Arsenal and tears up the place, what are they going to say? They're going to say, yeah, you can have him, but, you got to give us 50 million for it. Interesting that he wears the number 11. There was a lot of talk, will he get that number 10 or is he the new Mesut Ozil, this, that, the other, but he gets the number 11 shirt, which I think is fair enough. I look at growing up as a young striker, to me, number 9 and number 10 are sacred numbers in a football team. I don't care. I'm old school, man. 9 and 10 are sacred. You better be doing all sorts to wear that shirt. Over the years at Arsenal, man, them shirts have been getting handed around like, past the parcel. Anyone can have it. You're coming in for half a season. Take your number 11. Show us what you're about. If we want you next season on a permanent, we'll change that 1 to a 0 and you can hold the 10. But for now, hold the 11 and relax. We'll leave that 10 vacant until the end of the season. I don't want to see no Willian or no silly player like that wearing 10 either. Just leave that 10 empty till the end of the season, So he joins us till the end of the season. He's done his interview. Go and check that out on Arsenal's website. Speaks perfect English and said, look, you know, he was convinced by Arteta and Edu to come here. He's excited. He said the Premier League is the biggest league in Norway for the fans in Norway. Holden as well has been talking about him, saying, you know, this is a great opportunity for him and how good a player he is. You never know. Ødegaard comes in, does well, signs at the end of the season. We get Champions League football and we convince Holden to come in. 60 million release clause at the end of the season. So, hey, you never know. Maybe it all works, you know. But listen, he's in for 6 months. He hasn't played much football lately, so I don't think he's match fit. But apparently this rumour about him being injured is false and he is available pretty much straight away, although he hasn't played a lot. So will we see him involved against Manchester United at the weekend? I would love to see him on the bench, even if we bring him on, you know, towards the end of the game. But will he be involved? I'm not sure, but he's in. Deal's done. And listen, welcome to the club. You know, welcome to the club. Man said, relax with Haaland. Listen, we can dream, man. We get in the Champions League. Anything can happen. You never know. You never know. Anything can happen. You wouldn't have expected Aubameyang to come to Arsenal, you know, when he was at Dortmund. I know that, you know, Haaland is a lot younger and seems more sought after as well. Would you give the number 10 to Martinelli? Would I? I don't know. It depends, you know. It depends who we're looking to sign at the end of the season. Martinelli's still got a lot to do for me, you know. A lot of potential there, of course, but, you know, the 10, you should be a top dom when you get the 10. You know, you should have to earn that 10. Serious work. Finally, the 10 shirt is being the respect it's due. Yeah, man, just no one wear it. If no one is good enough to wear it, nobody needs to wear it. Simple as that. Yeah, leave that 10 shirt alone for now. I don't want to see no Willian in the 10. You know them ones. MN says, Curtis, keep the number 10 shirt in a safe until someone really special comes in. 100%. 100%. I don't want to see no bang average player wearing number 10. 9 and 10, man. Come on. We know what 9 and 10's about. Hit the like button, people. Jay, you know, man, 9 and 10. This was my strike partner growing up. I wore 9, he wore 10. You know what time it was. Goal getters. Agent Martinelli needs to... Agent, agree. Martinelli needs to earn that shirt. He does, man. He's been a little bit quiet lately, I got to be honest. But, you know, maybe the injuries held him back. Listen, Dybala, man. I mean, I believe he's got a year left on his deal, Dybala. I would consider that in the summer. I think with a year left, you could get him for cheap. Everyone's getting gassed about Grealish. You know, there's this rumour going around on Arsenal social media, you know, that's getting everyone carried away. A few big outlets and social media accounts saying that if Arsenal get in the Champions League, they plan on buying Jack Grealish in the summer. Now, listen, I'm only passing on the message, people. I'm not the one reporting this, you know, because I don't see it happening. Listen, Jack Grealish has said that Arsenal is his favourite away ground. And he said many things, complimentary things about Arsenal in the past. The thing is, he would fit right in at Arsenal, man. Can you imagine Jack Grealish in Arsenal's team? It'd be unbelievable. With the link up with Saka and Smith Rowe and Aubameyang and Thomas Partey, it'd be mad. But he's going to cost at least 70 million. No doubt about it. He signed a 5-year contract last season. You know, Aston Villa have got dough. Any Premier League club, they're going to say, right, you want him 70 million. You probably got to pay 50 million of that straight away. Are Arsenal going to do that? This is the reason we didn't get Zaha, because we didn't have the cash up front. We was on this cash converter business, man. Buy now, pay later on Pepe, paying in installments and that. Listen, man, Jack Grealish, number 10. It would be ridiculous. It would be absolutely ridiculous if we made that happen. He's going United. But the thing is, a lot of the rumours were that if Pogba went, they would get Grealish. Now, I think Pogba will probably be at Man United next season. You know, I think they'll try and keep him. He's having a very good year. You know, would you get rid of Pogba for Grealish? I don't know. Maybe you would, but I think Man United will keep Pogba. But listen, man, Grealish is an absolute baller. 70 mil for Grealish ain't bad, bro. 50 for Maddison. Who do you rate higher? Grealish or Maddison? And I think Maddison would cost more than 50, you know. I honestly do. England international, mid-20s. They sold Maguire, a centre-back, for 80 million. You know, a creative midfielder. I think he would cost more than that. Partey, Basuma and Grealish. Basuma's definitely got to be a target for the summer. You know, 30 million they reckon to get him. I would definitely go and get him. Grealish better than Maddison? I think so. I think Grealish, you know, Maddison's technically brilliant, but Grealish got that movement, that low centre of gravity, and that, yo, cash converters business with Arsenal, man. You know them ones. We ain't dropping that money up front. You know how we move. Dybala's better than both. Dybala's an interesting one for me, man. He just, you know, crazy talent, crazy ability, but he's never really blown up to the level I expected Paulo Dybala, man. He's a baller, but he would be cheaper in terms of transfer fee, but the wage will be through the roof. You know, his wages are massive. So I wouldn't see that one happening. Lukaku would be the perfect signing. Beast, bust the bank. Listen, man, what did you lot make of Lukaku and Zlatan having a little scrap last night, man? Them two was going at it, bro. Former Man United teammates. Heard Lukaku. What did Lukaku say? I'll bang your wife. And Zlatan said, I'll give you £500 every time you do a good first touch. That man was going at it, fam. It was mad, you know. But it's good to see someone standing up to Zlatan. That guy's a madman, you know. He's got a huge ego. And the thing is, you know, Zlatan got sent off. Lukaku scored the equaliser. Inter Milan went on to win. So Lukaku gets his, you know, gets his way over him if you look at it. But, you know, from an entertainment point of view, I love that. I love that, man. That was some real big entertainment, man. Yeah, I see that. He was calling Lukaku a donkey, innit? Man said, donkey, man, you're a donkey. He's probably, imagine looking at Lukaku's first touch in training at Man United. He's probably going, yo, what's going on here, man? Do you know what I mean? What's going on? You can't even control a ball. Zlatan's like 39, still bossing it. It's mad, man. I'm not betting against Romelu. Who do you think would win that fight, man? I hear Zlatan's got a black belt in Kung Fu or something, you know? But Lukaku looked like he wanted all the smoke, man. He wanted all the smoke. Yeah, that's what he said, innit? F you and your wife or something to Zlatan. Yeah, oh, that was sick, man. I came straight out of the Arsenal game, see that on social media. I was like, rah, these men are kicking off. They need to get them two in the ring, fam. You know what I mean? Get them what do you call it, man? Into the ring, man. They need to have a scrap. They need to have a proper scrap. Conor McGregor style, man. Man are saying Zlatan would beat him up. Zlatan, like I said, the man's got a black belt in Kung Fu. UFC, there you go. What was I gonna say then, man? I was gonna say USC, the shop. Yeah, celeb UFC, man. Listen, Zlatan's a problem still. He's a problem. Man's got Kung Fu. He's gonna do some mad drop kick on Lukaku on the back of his head. Lukaku was moving like a roadman, you know what I mean? Lukaku wanted the roadman fight. Zlatan's pulling out all kinds of Kung Fu on him, man, you know, karate chopping him on his neck, you know? It's mad, absolutely mad. Big up Henry Chris, just joined in, hope I'm not late. Yeah, Zlatan against Lukaku, man, who wins? Zlatan called the Khabib McGregor fight. Nah, they was moving mad. They was moving crazy. So, people, let's get back to Arsenal briefly. Of course, a lot of big games coming up. Manchester United at the weekend. Who do you think will win the league? I reckon if City get Aguero fit, I think they run away with it. 11 games in a row they've won now. Hate to say it, Lukaku was too emotional. Listen, man mentioned his mum. You know, certain times, you know, when a man says something about your mum, you turn into a lunatic. You know, I think that's what happened with him. The emotion got the better of him. That was sick, though. That was box office. That was proper box office. Let's have a quick look at the league table. Let's have a quick look at the league table. 1,000 of you in here right now, people. Hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Quick look at the league table before we shoot off out of here. Arsenal up to the dizzy heights of 8th. We're flying up the league, people. 8th in the table. Anything's possible. But listen, we're 5 points off 4th. The problem is, of course, is this right here. Matches played. As you can see, Arsenal, 20 games played. We've played the most games in the league along with West Ham. Chelsea and Villa and Southampton all got games in hand. They're only a point behind us. Villa got 3 games in hand. Everton, 2 points clear, 3 games in hand. Tottenham, 3 points clear with 2 games in hand. Liverpool game in hand as well. By the time all these teams have played these games, you'll probably see us around 10th or 11th again, and more points off the top 4. Obviously, we play Manchester United on Saturday. Huge game. Man United play Sheffield United tonight, so I would expect them to win and go back to the top of the league. Obviously, Liverpool play Tottenham, so one, if not both of them, will drop points. We need to beat Man United, people. You know, out of the last 5 games, 4 wins and a draw. We've got the second best form in the league over the last 5 games. Man City won all 5. Us, West Ham and Man United have obviously won 4. You know, this is what winds me up about this season. This is why I have criticised the manager at times. You've got teams like Everton. Now, I don't care what anyone says. I still think we've got a better team than Everton. I think we've got a better squad than Everton, right? Everton are 2 points clear of us with 3 games in hand. They could potentially go 35, 30. They could be on 41 points on 20 games played. They could be joint top with Man City if they win all 3 games. Man City would have a game in hand. That just winds me up. West Ham are 4th. I know we've played the same amount of games. We are better than West Ham. We're better than West Ham with David Moyes in charge. So that's still where my frustration is. I still feel we should be 6, 7 points better off than where we are. You know, even if we'd won Burnley at home and, you know, Wolves at home or Leicester at home, them 6 points would have put us 4th in the table. So this is where my frustration comes. Listen, I gave Arteta credit yesterday in my tweet, you know, which I don't do very often for anybody who follows me. You don't often see me credit Mikel Arteta. Yesterday, he deserved credit. He picked the right team. He made good substitutions at the right times, and we deserve to win the game. We're in a better run of form. But what I will say, people, there's still a long way to go. There's still a long, long way to go because we're still going to have to make up ground. And when you think, looking at the January, February fixtures, in January, we play Manchester City at home, we play Leicester away, we play Aston Villa away, and obviously we play Man United at home. It is a tough run of games. And if we're going to finish anywhere up here, I still don't think we'll get top 4. I think at a push we could get top 6. We're going to have to beat these teams around us. So listen, long way to go, people, long way to go. What I will say, I'm happy, I'm enjoying this little run of form, but the fixtures coming up are not pretty, people. They are not, they're not you know, they're not anything easy moving forward. So I think, listen, enjoy this run. I always say you have to enjoy, you know, the good times, and Arsenal are in a good run of form at the moment, but it's going to get a lot more difficult moving forward. And I think, you know, if Arsenal are going to do anything this season, we've got to beat these teams around us. I just want to quickly show you before I get out of here our fixtures, because I keep harboring on about this run of fixtures that we've got in February, but they're crazy. They're absolutely crazy. So just looking at the fixtures so you can all see, people. Obviously, we've got Man United this Saturday at home. Then we go straight back in Tuesday. Quick turnaround. Wolves away. Difficult game, you know. The same Saturday of that week, Aston Villa away. So within 1 week, our next 3 games, Man United at home, Wolves away, Villa away. For me, 6 points minimum. I would like to think 7 points, but I think it's got to be at least 6. We got to get 2 wins. I would even argue we've got to get 7. To be honest, I would say 7 points. I think 1 draw and 2 wins minimum. If we've got any hopes of, you know, the club are saying they want to get top 4 still. If they've got any hopes of top 4, them next 3 games, minimum 7 points. I don't think we can afford to lose one of them because teams have got games in hand. So how can we catch them? Maybe you draw with Man United. Maybe you beat Man United. You know, we beat Man United away from home Why can't we beat them at home? I do have to admit, I think this is a better Man United team than we played earlier in the season. You know, Pogba's balling now as well. Wolves and Villa. After that, Leeds at home, Benfica in the Europa League, Man City, Benfica again, and Leicester. It's an absolutely really difficult month. You know, Leicester, we got a bad record there. We got a terrible record against City in the league. And the Benfica Europa League games, Leeds at home's got to be a win. Listen, big games coming up, people. Big games. Big up everyone for tuning in. Really appreciate you tuning in today. 1,000 of you in the chat. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button on the way out. I'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. again. And tomorrow, what day is it tomorrow? It's Thursday tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll have the 2 p.m. show for Arsenal. And then tomorrow night I will be live streaming the Tottenham against Liverpool game as well. Then on Friday, we'll be doing the previews for the Man United game. Got 2 previews coming up on Friday. Enjoy the rest of your day, people. We're still enjoying the Arsenal victory. I'll be back tomorrow, 2 p.m. Take care, everyone. Blessed.